Hang on, just my hair.
Yes, it is lovely, Linda. You look very blue today, very silvery blue in your top and everything. It's all kind of coming out very jewel-like.
Oh, thank you.
Precious gem. Ah, how did our weeks go with our lessons?
All right, I think I was okay with it.
Okay.
I contemplated changing mine, but then I had a little episode and I went right to this, and it interrupted the pattern like crazy. So it was a perfect pattern interruption. So
Mm,
Nice.
I was really grateful for it,
mm,
actually.
mm. Well, my week was very disruptive, but I still checked in with my lesson, and I'm not doing my journaling at the moment because I'm still doing my wedding journal from your course,
Your
Gary. But I'm kind of
wedding
running out now. It's like, well, I've already written that one down. I've already written that one down. But that's okay. I think I've done about 6 pages so far, so but
Yeah,
stuff still comes.
I'm continuing to write in my miracle journal too. I'm
Yeah,
like just page after page, just keep doing
yeah,
it because
yeah.
it uplifts me. It really does. It's very
Mm.
lovely.
Mine was consider how perfectly your lesson would be learned if you were unwilling to share poverty. But I guess it did turn out quite well because I won a bottle of wine and a 3 month free subscription to some tool at this accounting conference.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yay!
And I
Abundance
also
everywhere.
had and they were a lovely bunch actually, because this is a new bunch. This is why I thought I better go because I resigned from CPA and I've joined the IPA, which is the Institute of Public Accountants, and they are such a lovely bunch. I mean, the CEO sends out his direct phone number, and they all talk. They just talk like humans, not like bloody. They're
Counted.
not all trying to impress each other with or, with who owns what and whatever. So. Other wins from that was I actually met a lovely accountant who has her own business just up the road from me. So she's almost a neighbour. She's in Busselton. So
Nice.
we hung out quite a bit and I won some free product from a beauty company. And so,
Wow.
You just won everything, it sounds like.
I know it's been great. Yeah. So yeah, it
Sorry,
probably has worked well.
I have something in my tooth. I have to keep picking at it to get it out. I have a few teeth I can get a whole other meal out of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same, same.
seems to
Uh,
get worse as we get older, I think.
Yeah.
your teeth start to move.
Yeah,
You
they
wouldn't
do.
know about that, Coralie, yet, do
I
you?
would. I used to have even teeth, and now I've got this.
I know, mine too. Mine too.
You've still got a
Uh,
beautiful smile, Coralie.
Yeah.
yes, you do.
How did you go, Coralie, with your lesson?
So mine was there is no fear in perfect love. And it was handy. I think actually that works in so many ways, but in my life, I've been sort of experimenting with boundaries and having some, and it's helpful to have that there because when you get used to all the people pleasing sort of stuff, you're always sort of worrying about what other people are thinking and feeling and all that sort of thing. Yeah, worrying really, which is sort of part of fear, isn't it? And it's like, but if I put all that aside and just if I don't, bend over backwards to try and help everyone else, will they be okay? So far they are. My brother was a bit about it, but hey,
Love it.
mostly and mostly quite relaxing actually.
Good. Yeah.
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 How about you,
Yeah,
Linda?
I had the same as yours, Coralie. And it's interesting what you said. Um, because I think that being whole relaxed about it,
Or data that's
uh,
emails, call logs, and meetings.
like that's comforting in its own way, really. So, and that's what I need. Like I need I need to feel comforted, and I need to feel safe, and like emotionally safe and physically safe as well. So yeah, I think, yeah, what you said was perfect, actually. Perfect love. There you go.
Mm.
And there is no fear in it at all.
Mm. That's right.
Yeah.
Cool. Hi, Jane.
Hi, Jane.
Buddy.
How did you go with your lesson for the week?
Oh, I'm learning every day. That's all I could say. There was a test of patience and so on. And then yeah. So I'm glad to be here with everyone in the Course in Miracles.
Life is progressively interesting.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Especially here in the US. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's April Fool's Day here in Australia and New Zealand, so
Oh.
I was just hoping to wake up and to hear that your president was actually a big joke and it wasn't really true, ha ha ha, but he's still
Yeah.
there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, can't do
Absolutely.
much about that. Sending out
No,
perfect love.
It's a full moon.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a full moon with Saturn, the teacher of life's lessons,
Uh-huh.
bearing down on all of us to say, it's okay. You know, you may feel a little somber, but you need to learn a few things and take a deep breath and smile.
Mm.
Good to know.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Practice that. All right, I'm going to start sharing the screen. So we did number 1 yesterday or last week. Feels like yesterday. Week just flew by. And we're on the investment in reality. Gary, did you want to start with us? Number
sure.
2?
Suppose a brother insists on having you do something you think you do not want to do. His very insistence should tell you that he believes salvation lies in it. If you insist on refusing and experience a quick response of opposition, you are believing that your salvation lies in not doing it. You then are making the same mistake he is and are making his error real to both of you. Insistence means investment, and what you invest in, it's always related to your notion of salvation. The question is always twofold. First, what is to be saved? And second, how can it be saved?
Well, that's thought-provoking, isn't it?
Isn't it? So what's the answer?
It's cheating, Coralie.
No one said I couldn't cheat.
I think the next paragraph may clarify it
Okay.
because it isn't really clarifying in the first, what I just read. I don't see a clarification option in
Okay.
that. So
All right.
I'll have to go to the next one.
Okay. Who wants to read number 3? Go,
Yeah,
Coralie.
whenever you become angry with a brother, for whatever reason, you are believing that the ego is to be saved and to be saved by attack. If he attacks, you are agreeing with this belief, and if you attack, you are reinforcing it. Remember that those who attack are poor. Their poverty asks for gifts, not for further impoverishment. You who could help them are surely acting destructively if you accept their poverty as yours. If you had not invested as they had, it would never occur to you to overlook their need.
Mhm. Wow.
I'll tell you, we're getting deeper.
Mm.
But
How
I'm
many can
getting a
relate that
feeling.
to how many can relate that to everyday life though? You know,
Mm.
there's always one instance in a day where yeah. Mm, interesting. Sorry,
I'm
started a
kind of
conversation, then
getting,
completely cut it off.
what was that? You
I
lost
said,
your.
I apologize. I started a conversation there and then completely cut it off myself.
I'm getting a feeling that the word investment has a different meaning here to what I, as an accountant, ascribe it to. So investing is like, it's kind of feeling like investing is when you have an attachment to a particular outlook or outcome. That's what it
Mm,
feels like. So if you're investing in it, therefore, you think it's the right thing and other people may not.
mm,
And I reckon at the end of it, they're going to say, don't invest in anything. Be free.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if any of you have seen the Monty Python skit where John Cleese and Michael Palin are. It's about arguments. Michael Palin's paying. He wants to pay for an argument, so he goes to this
Yeah.
office. Yeah. So Spobby played it for me last night, and I've probably seen it because we used to watch Monty Python all the time when we were kids. Um, and it started off because Spobby wanted to. He said something, and I said the opposite, which I always do. And then he said, "If you want an argument, you have to pay for it." I said, what do you mean? You should be paying me." Anyway, he played the skit for me. So that became the subject of the evening. Every time there was a hint of an argument or a disagreement, um, it was like, well, you have to pay me for that. If you don't pay me for that, then we can't have this argument. So it's kind of cool just to have those little things too, because it just reminded me of what you said about the investing side of things, V, is that if you invest, well, it says it here as well, you know, whenever you become angry with a brother for whatever reason, you're believing that the ego is to be saved, you know, you're protecting yourself, but I'm right. Why aren't you seeing my side of it, you know? And to be saved by attack. So throwing in those sorts of little things can really make you think outside the box. So
Yeah.
it just became a game rather than a you know, whoever's right or whoever's wrong. It really doesn't matter. Just look at it. Well, it goes back really. There is no fear in perfect love. It's all about love. Just, you know, vomit love all over the place. There's no need to invest in that negative side of things. So making a game or, you know, making it funny was quite good fun.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. I want to go watch it now. So I'll have
Yeah.
to find it later.
Yeah. It's a great skit.
Yeah.
I've had this thing happening lately where, because my parents are selling their house and moving to a retirement village, but it's not going that well. But so there's lots of stuff at the house, and I've done a lot of clearing out and sorting through and stuff. But I got too invested in it, and so it was all coming onto me, and so that we got into this cycle, especially with my parents, of mum saying, "Oh, can you do that?" and dad hating me for doing it. And I was like, actually, I'm not part of their marriage. I can just not do that. And I wrote an email to them and my siblings saying, I'm actually not going to sort anyone's stuff anymore. And, it was all lovely and stuff. And then that night, my brother rang me up to tell me, to say, oh, what's the problem? And now he has to do all this stuff, and it's really hard for him, and he hasn't got time, and really gave me a guilt trip about it, and I'm like, So actually, I'm just not going to sort anyone else's stuff out. You do you. Yeah. So, but it's quite hard not to get into the, who did the most and all the stuff. Yeah.
Here comes trouble.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah, I reckon.
Kevin's been
How are you?
Well, I wouldn't normally interrupt Coralie's
Oh,
beautiful call,
God.
but I've got some huge news.
Okay, go.
And they would all love to hear it too, because it's brilliant news. I
What's
just got off the
happened?
phone with a guy from Sydney, Australia, and he's going to come to New Zealand to meet me in September because he wants me to work with him on developing a brand new rugby union video game. And he wants to use the database that I've been working on, Coralie, to utilize it and how to monetize it. And he said he's going to pay me.
Nice.
So who was it, Kevin? I missed,
It's a miracle.
Talking
I
about
missed who
wins.
it
Well done,
was.
Kevin.
I missed who it was, Kevin. Who'd you say?
He didn't. He said a guy from Australia.
A guy. Okay.
Yeah. One specific way, Kevin.
Congratulations.
Well done.
It is a miracle.
Your passion rewarded. Good on you, Kevin.
Absolutely.
But Carly, what you're going through at the moment with your family, oh my God, that actually just puts this all in perspective. I can feel it now. That's exactly what I think it's talking to, is to not get invested in other people's stuff.
Yeah. Even when they keep trying to drag you back in.
Yeah, yes. They'll keep testing you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Although my parents didn't, they were actually just lovely. They just, because mum, her main thing for me going over there is so we can hug. And so I went over and did that. And yeah, it was all okay.
Nice.
And a bit more relaxed, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah. Cool. Shall we go to number 4?
Let's do that.
Do you want to read that, Linda?
Sure. Recognize what does not matter, and if your brothers ask you for something outrageous, do it because it does not matter. Were we just talking about that? Refuse, and your opposition establishes that it does matter to you.
Oh.
It is only you, therefore, who have made the request outrageous, and every request of a brother is for you. Why would you insist in denying him? For to do so is to deny yourself and impoverish both. He is asking for salvation as you are. Poverty is of the ego and never of God. No outrageous requests can be made of one who recognizes what is valuable and wants to accept nothing else.
Does that feel like the opposite of what you were just talking about, Coralie?
I
Well,
don't
as it
know.
went on, yeah, it sort of got a bit wayward, didn't it?
This one's tricky.
I find there's parts in it that are just really clear, and you're like, yeah, like not buying into stuff.
So
But
that's
sometimes it's not that clear, like what is like it being outrageous. The request being outrageous is your your interpretation of it.
Mm.
Yeah, but I sort of get like the not buying into the poverty thing and poverty not being of God. That's
so
I would like
that
a, I personally would like a definition of what is outrageous. Because if someone asks me to do something outrageous, it may be outrageous that I will refuse to do it because it is outrageous. And this is the first time I've run across something I don't entirely am aligned with.
Mm. Yeah.
It is only you, therefore, who have made the request outrageous, and every request of a brother is for you. Why would you insist in denying him? For to do so is to deny yourself and impoverish both. Like my brother asked me for $15,000 and I refused him because, he's a pathological liar and he never pays anything back. So it was a no. And in that context, this would make no sense to me.
Mm. And also, I
but
think,
I don't think that it's saying that you have to give your brother the money. I
I
think
don't think
it's
it's saying
saying
that
that,
either.
yeah.
Give
But
your
it could still
interpretation of it,
be
Courtney.
like it's your interpretation that that's an outrageous request, when really it was just a lesson for you both in your relationship with each other. And that you're a person with boundaries, Gary, so you can say no.
True.
and I think sometimes when people ask for things that are outrageous, like your brother Gary, if you give him the money, he's not going to do anything useful with it, so you're not serving him either.
Mhm.
And Carl, are
but
you stepping up
he
and
doesn't
telling your
understand that.
sisters that you're not, your brothers and sisters, you're not going to do everything? If you do everything, that's not serving them either.
Mm.
Mm.
So literally then because I did refuse him and um he was lying to me about having this deathly illness that he was going to die from in 2 months unless I gave him $15,000 so he could have an operation. And it was all a lie. He wasn't sick at all. So, but that's my brother. Um, but yes, I can kind of see what you're saying, Carly, that it isn't so much about doing it or not doing it. It's about evaluating what's important. And it's easy then to evaluate that the money given to him until I validated his story, which I did, and it was invalid, then I made the right choice to refuse my brother because it was not true, none of it. And okay, from that context, I can see that. But if I was to take it literally, which the course is never literal, as we know, but if I was to take it literally, it would have really confused me because
Yeah.
I don't believe that I should take any request from my brother if it is outrageous to not call it outrageous because there are people that make outrageous requests.
Would it
I
also
wonder
be
then,
joining him in poverty if you did? If he's going,
Well, I
I
would have,
can't afford this thing, so you have to give me money, isn't that him
well,
being in poverty?
yes, and it wasn't even he just wanted money from me. It wasn't even about an operation. He just told me it was about our operation, which was not true.
Yeah.
So, mm,
But
yeah, I mean,
but
all that's true.
And I think what V said about if you're evaluating what is outrageous, shouldn't you be looking at if it serves the person? So I think that that's the whole thing. Your evaluation needs to be about, is it actually serving the person? Are we being of service to them by considering their outrageous request? And if it's not, then you don't do it, which is what you did, Gary, and what you did, Coralie.
And Coralie, by choosing to step away from doing everything for your parents, they're happier. Your relationship with them is better. So, yeah, I think the evaluation is important. And I wonder with the outrageous being in inverted commas as well. So, Gary, your brother asks you for money all the time, doesn't he?
Not all the time, but
He's done it before. It's a pattern.
yeah, he's not a well person. So
Mhm. And Coralie, your dynamics in your family is so that you will be the one to step up and help people.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
So I think outrageous means outside of the normal pattern. I think it means if someone,
Mm.
I can't think of an example, but it would be something that that your family wouldn't normally ask for, and it seems, I don't know, I can't think of how exactly that would fit, but I don't think outrageous means the normal reoccurring pattern that you deal with. I think it's something outside of that. I think that's what it's trying to say.
Right, yeah.
Shall
I
we
just
see if
looked up outrageous. Outrageous describes actions, behaviors, or prices that are shocking, wildly excessive, or go far beyond reasonable standards of decency.
Which fits with what you say, V. It's outside the pattern.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I like that, outside the normal pattern.
Mm-hmm.
I might have an example that can maybe apply to this, maybe. And of course, it has to do with my horse. So she was, I was doing my usual, just running over a body to see what's going on. And I ducked under her head and she snapped at me as I went for a right shoulder. She didn't bite, she just like snaps in the air. And I didn't think anything of her. She's got some issue somewhere. That's what she's trying to tell me when she does that. And anyway, I was just hanging out in the paddock for a while and she'd wandered off. And then she looked at me and she came back and she presented her right shoulder to me and snapped. So she's actually trying to tell me, I have pain, help me.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
And I did. She got treatment from that. So, but yeah,
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I don't know how to apply that to humans, but
Well, I'm having this urge to turn the word outrageous on its head. And, in keeping with the Course in Miracles, love is the biggest and the best. And love is outrageous.
I love it.
And I think that, no, I can't give you money, I can't give you time, but I can give you support and love. And I think that is outrageously big of you and of me. And I think I would just like to think of outrageous as love being the a steroidal, like steroids. It's big. And that's what we can offer. And
I
I
love
don't know,
that, Jane.
yeah, I just felt the urge.
Nice. We love your urges, Jane.
Oh.
That changes how you read that too. Love it.
Mm.
Well, I mean, can you imagine though if someone asks you a favor and you say, "No, but I can offer you much love."
End of a journey.
Here, take all the love I have. It's yours. It's yours.
Not sure that would go down too well, but
Depends on who you're talking to, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, right.
yeah, I'll give it a go. Jane, do you want to read number 5?
Oh, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Salvation is for the mind, and it is attained through peace. This is the only thing that can be saved and the only way to save it. Any response other than love arises from a confusion about the what and the how of salvation. And this is the only answer. Never lose sight of this and never allow yourself to believe, even for an instant, that there is another answer. For you will surely place yourself among the poor, who do not understand that they dwell in abundance and that salvation is come.
Hallelujah to that.
It's a
What a great
Yes.
paragraph.
Jane.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, that third sentence, I think that's what you were saying, wasn't it, Jane? Any response
Yeah.
other than love arises from a confusion about the what and the how of salvation, and this is the only answer. I mean, that's
Yeah.
perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Fun. What a fun paragraph.
Beautiful.
You know, I just want to share with you, and I thought this was interesting, and Gary, I'd be interested in your feedback on something. I remember a couple of years ago, I had a male therapist, and he said to me, I think he said, I want to give you a scenario for you to consider with your son, who you're having, you're in a lot of disagreements about a lot of things, and invite him out to lunch and just listen. Just listen to what he has to say. Don't comment. Don't no, don't be in opposition. Don't offer anything in opposition. And this past weekend, my son and I had a disagreement about a family scenario going on. And he felt a week ago that I was maybe insulting to him. I don't know if that's the word, but he said he was mad. Well, to get to the point, I found myself saying, I'm really sorry that I insulted you. If you felt that way, it's like I kind of thought I was, giving you an out, an off the hook, take the pressure off yourself kind of thing. And but I only said one sentence onto that, but I kept saying, well, I really like the way you handle so many of these things that with this other family member, and I really admire you, and I'm really sorry, and I really put myself in a state where where I actually did feel sorry because I was giving him much love. That's what it felt like. It felt like an outpouring of love. And it like took care of everything. He was like, "Well, thank you. Thank you." And I and it's like, wow, to not be in opposition and to say, "Yeah, but," that "yeah, but." It's like, oh, it's a kiss of death. Um, and to me, so I find myself practicing things in different ways than I ever would have before. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I think and to such an extent and to, oh, but you got to listen to me. And it's like, no. It's- and I really feel it. I really feel it. Like, no, no, no. I'll meet people where they are. Allow them to be who they are. And just give the love. So
Mm, beautiful.
Hmm.
Well done. Do you feel that's kind of changed your family pattern with your son now, Jane?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, very much.
Mm,
Um, and I'm so glad of it.
mm,
Um, because Linda, you said something earlier that I thought was really significant. That you just want to be safe, and it's like, you know what? People want to be loved. They want to feel safe, and they want to belong. Want to feel a sense of belonging, and it's like anything else is like, pff, be done with it. So.
mm. Thank you.
That sense of belonging, that really doesn't matter until you don't feel like you do belong. Like a couple of weeks ago, I was just, oh no, I was having this little mental crisis and just felt like, I was on the outer, and
Huh?
you don't feel like you're being seen or heard or what have you, and then that just takes over more and more and more, and it's just this fear, and that's all it is a fear. And once you let go of the fear and just go, you know what, it really doesn't matter, then it all
Mm-hmm.
changes in your head. Whereas
Yeah.
it probably wasn't like that anyway. So
That's
uh,
right.
I mean, our ego does just such awful bloody things to us, doesn't it, really? Our ego
Awful.
tries to
Just awful.
fight to take over or to be that number one. And the
Mm-hmm.
minute you say, I don't need you, ego, it throws in all this other stuff. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. But it's also
Right.
interesting
Yeah.
how you um, once you recognize what's actually happening, how you can, I just tenderly let my ego go now. I just go, well, okay. So that's how you're feeling. You're allowed to feel like that, but I can't buy into it anymore because it's just hurting me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Not to say it's not going to happen again, though, but
Oh,
at least there's an
sure.
awareness
At
there as
least
well.
55 more times.
Yeah. That's right.
But it's that one time that it didn't. And then there's always a chance for that other one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
think we're ready for number 6, and I think it's my turn. Here we go about the ego. To identify with the ego is to attack yourself and make yourself poor. That is
Mhm.
why that is why everyone who identifies with the ego feels deprived. What he experiences then is depression or anger, because what he did was to exchange self-love for self-hate and making him afraid of himself. He does not realize this. Even if he is fully aware of anxiety, he does not perceive its source as his own ego identification, and he always tries to handle it by making some sort of insane arrangement with the world. He always perceives this world as outside himself, for this is crucial to his adjustment. He does not realize that he makes this world, for there is no world outside of him.
Mhm. Well, isn't that interesting?
Just what we were talking about too.
Mm.
I don't know if we need to even break that up anymore, because I think, Linda, you pretty much summarized that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Already.
So interesting.
Isn't it? Did you want to read that one, Gary? Oh, it's a big one.
Sure. If only the loving thoughts of God's sons are the world's reality, the real world must be in his mind. His insane thoughts, too, must be in his mind, but an internal conflict of this magnitude he cannot tolerate. A split mind is endangered, and the recognition that it encompasses completely opposed thoughts within itself is intolerable. Therefore, the mind projects the split, not the reality. Everything that you perceive as the outside world is merely your attempt to maintain your ego identification, for everyone believes that identification is salvation. Yet consider what has happened, for thoughts do have consequences to the thinker. You have become at odds with the world as you perceive it, because you think it is antagonistic to you. This is a necessary consequence of what you have done. You have projected outward what is antagonistic to what is inward, and therefore you would have to perceive it this way. That is, you must realize that your hatred is in your mind and not outside it before you can get rid of it, and why you must get rid of it before you can perceive the world as it really is.
Well, that needed to be a long paragraph, didn't it?
Mm, that was a big one.
That's a very layered paragraph.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to break it down?
Hmm.
I think
What do you guys think?
that last sentence is really cool. I think that kind of, well, for me, it sums up a lot.
Mm.
You mean the getting rid of it before you can perceive the world as it really is? Yeah, I thought the same thing.
I
It's
think the
quite
most,
beautiful, actually. It's
Mm-hmm.
I think there's one line in here that's integral to the meaning of this, and that's about a quarter of a way down. It says, "Therefore, the mind projects the split between a loving world and an insane world.
Mm.
The mind projects a split, not the reality. Everything you perceive as the outside world is merely your attempt to maintain your ego identification. For everyone believes that identification is salvation." I think that's really quite
Mm-hmm.
powerful. Hmm.
Do we try and squeeze one more in?
Yeah.
Sure.
orally.
If you like.
Oh, who is reading it? Sorry. Did you
Well,
say
if
someone?
we keep in the same pattern, yeah, it's Coralie's turn.
Yeah. I said before that God so loved the world that he gave to it. I said before that God so loved the world that he gave it to his only begotten Son. God does love the real world, and those who perceive its reality cannot see the world of death. For death is not of the real world, in which everything reflects the eternal. God gave you the real world in exchange for the one you made out of your split mind, and which is the symbol of death. For if you could really separate yourself from the mind of God, you would die.
Mm.
It's just that first line sort of threw me because, in the Christianity, God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son. I I always sort of understood that he gave the world Jesus because he loved it. And then this says that the other way around, that he loved the world, that he gave it to his Son,
Mm.
which is quite lovely, actually.
I always feel misaligned to that one statement that he said, "He so loved the world that he gave it to his only begotten Son." And in my mind, that can't possibly be accurate unless we're speaking about the Christ consciousness and multiple masters coming through eons of time that was before the time of Christ, because multiple, like millions and millions of very advanced civilizations lived on the planet, 10,000 years before Christ. And how can Jesus be the only begotten Son? So I'm thinking it's not about the actual character of Jesus, but the
Mm-hmm.
consciousness of the Christ consciousness.
The
Anyways,
way I
that's what
read
I'm making
that,
up about it.
I sort of thought it was more that so God made this world that he loved, and so then he gave it to us. I'd sort of would read that like we are all his only begotten Son.
That would make 1,000,000,000% more sense. I think
Mm.
it's because it's such a right now it's in between Good Friday and Palm Sunday and Easter here, and I'm surrounded by very popular churches everywhere. And it's all the only begotten Son is risen. I mean, there's signs on lawns around my neighborhood. He has risen. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not in Kansas anymore, Toto. So it's very
Quite timely,
extreme.
isn't it?
Oh my God, it's so extreme. And so I just saw that. I was like, oh, well, yeah, that doesn't ring true for me. But yes, you're probably absolutely right, Corley. That would make so much sense with the integrity of the Course in Miracles.
And didn't you say, Coralie? I mean, I've heard that line before from the Bible, but as you said, they've actually put an it in this sentence, whereas in the Bible, doesn't it say, God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son?
Yeah.
Whereas
Yes.
this is saying that he gave it to his only begotten son. So that one little word has changed that whole concept.
Mm-hmm.
So it's another little mistranslation we picked up of the Bible.
Yeah. Am I right in saying that though? In the Bible, it actually says God so loved the world,
Absolutely.
he gave his only begotten son.
Yeah,
Yep.
word for
So
word.
yeah, this is
Mhm.
yeah, cool. Love it.
The
Yeah.
power of words. Put him in the right sequence.
Mhm.
Yep.
Amazing. Oh gosh, it's almost up to the hour.
Mhm.
Do we have our lessons?
I'm sticking with mine.
Can you read it out again, Gary? I love it, but I'm just doing it
Sure.
too.
God teach me the reality of what I perceive. I'm just using it as I perceive. Only appreciation only appreciation can be my only response.
Mm.
So instead of what I perceive in my brother, just what I perceive.
Mhm. Beautiful.
Mhm. Yeah. Sure is.
I'm going with to identify with the ego is to attack yourself and make yourself poor. I need to have like that's a grand statement.
Make a painting.
Yeah,
Mm.
trying to get some little macrame bits ready for a market this weekend and trying to make a beanie for a friend that I said I'd make him one for this winter. And then Swabby wants another beanie to take to Mongolia when he goes. So what's going on at the moment?
Mm.
Creativity at its best.
Mhm.
Who else?
Well, I think for me of late the word consciousness I so I'm going to say that based on what we're reading about and talking about is to be in Christ consciousness for the next week and to see that if I can witness being my gift to the world, that I can be a gift. Um, that's my goal for the week.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Carly?
Any response other than love arises from confusion.
Mm.
Mm.
That's what I got too.
Yeah, it's a bit longer, but I thought actually that's the important bit.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. Let's go forth and spread the love.
Yeah, really.
Have a great night, everybody.
Okay.
See you.
Yeah. Great week
Bye.
ahead.
Happy
See you next
Easter.
week.